Hey guys, it's Tegan, and it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. Another writing video. Woo! Today I am going to be talking about plotting and pantsing. Um, I don't have a ton of experience with plotting. Actually, I have kind of dug my feet in and be like, no, I do not want to plot. I didn't want to plot essays, short stories for classwork, or anything as I went through school and that. And I hated it. I did not want to do it. I wanted to jump right in. I had an idea. I wanted to get in it and get down into the nitty gritty, dirty stuff. Only for NaNoWriMo, I decided, you know what? Plot pantsing was just not working for me. I wasn't getting anywhere with my stories. I didn't even make it halfway through half of them when I did that. So I'm like, okay, deep breath. Let's get on YouTube and look up how to plot things. And I found the plot embryo. And that really helped me and started getting me, I think, on the right track. I'm trying to do more outlining. I And back in elementary school, in junior high and high school, I guess I didn't realize what I meant by getting down to the nitty gritty stuff was, and getting down dirty with the story was just getting to the fun part. Because outlining, in my opinion, is not very fun. It's, you're pretty much trying to summarize the story, and this is how I look at it. You're trying to get all the major plot points, all for your main plot, your subplots. You're trying to get all those lined up to just hash out the story, and just hashing it out is the fun part. But before you do that, I feel like now my stance is that you really probably need to do the dirty work before you even get to the fun part and just start writing. And so this year, I watched Rachel Stevens. Am I saying that right? Oh, guy. I am. I apologize. Um, I pretty much just typed into YouTube how to plot a novel, and the plot. I clicked on the first plot video that came up, and that was the plot embryo. And I'm like, and it pretty much has, I know I haven't used it for very long. It's only December, and I started using it in October. But um pretty much it got me going on the story that I'm writing, Dawn of the Dragoness. And I've gotten farther in Dawn of the Dragoness than any other story I have ever written. And I've tried to take on maybe 5 other big projects before this, and that's not including the short stories or the poems or anything like that that I have taken on. I mean, this is the fifth novel I've tried writing, and it's the farthest I have ever gotten in anything, and I am exceptionally proud of it. So, yeah. So I'm proud of how far I've come in it, and it's really, I am thankful that I've stumbled across a way that I can actually plot and not be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. I just want to write. Um, so there's that. So plotting versus pantsing. Woo. um, I like, as I've said, I've been a pantser. So this is just kind of going off of my personal experience. So pantsing, in my opinion, has its pros and its cons. A pro of it would be like, you're really kind of getting to know your character because you're flying by the seat of your pants and they're flying by the seat of their pants. a lot of the time. So you're really kind of you're both you and your character are both kind of thinking along the same lines. Okay, how do we deal with this? What's a possibility? You really get to know your characters in that. And I guess in the same way you can try and you can still pants while you're plotting. You can make up little scenarios like you can write a short story about your character going to the grocery store and they've run out of their favorite fruit, which just happens to be bananas, and so they need to buy peaches or something like that. You can do things like that. You can put them in a situation with a family member or a friend and just just have fun with it. You can put them in little scenarios like that and just have fun with it. Whereas, and you don't have to put that kind of stuff in your story. I mean, you could, but you don't have to. And I found a con that I found is that I figured out that I get stuck a lot when I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. And that has actually always drove me nuts because I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. And so instead of sitting down and brainstorming and plotting and doing all the hard work for that scene, I left the story alone and I ended up losing it and dropping it. But I didn't know really how to brainstorm. I had an idea and it was like all the lights turned on and then I would start writing. But now, the past couple of months, I've been sitting down, I've been brainstorming, I've been writing out, like, I've been plotting, I've been using scene cards, I've been using the plot embryos, I've been using different kinds of ways to plot. And I've gotten them all just by simply typing on YouTube, plotting, how to plot a novel. Preptober, I looked up Preptober videos, and that's how I found a lot of the plotting videos I found, which was a lifesaver, to be completely honest. So, yeah, and plotting, there are some cons to it, but I can only mostly think of pros. You can sit down after you've put in all the hard work and you can just write, which I don't know about any of you guys, but that is my favorite part. It's sitting down, getting to know the characters, and writing their story, getting it out there for them. So, because I know some people might disagree, but it feels like I have people living inside my head and they really need to get their stories out there. I don't know how many people actually agree with me on that. Um, but sitting down and just being able to write, like, I think word sprints are a lifesaver. I absolutely love doing word sprints, and I found that out during NaNoWriMo. Like before, I never really did word sprints. I sat down and I wrote whenever I could, like in school and that, or when I was supposed to be working on homework or something like that. By the way, kids, if you're watching this, don't do that. Study hard. um, Focus on your schoolwork. um, but yeah, I mean, I really sat down. I never really sat down, and I guess in a way, those are word sprints. But I've learned through NaNoWriMo this year that I do better when I sit down, type for like 25, 30 minutes, or even just 15 or 10, and just get words out. Stop, take a 5-minute break, go do something else, go get a glass of water, a cup of hot chocolate or tea or whatever, and just get away from it for a few minutes, come back, sit down, go again. So that I'm really thankful for that from NaNoWriMo. Um and and plotting really helps you be able to do that. Because then you have an idea, okay, I need to get from here to here to here. It's not sit down and just stare at the screen for those 10 to 30 minutes and be like, what am I writing? What was I meaning to write today? Oh my gosh, I forgot. No, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to write this because this is where it needs to go. And then if I want to add something in later, I can. Like, say, I think of this little cool scene later on. I can plot it out, write it down, and maybe insert it somewhere else where it fits later. And the nice thing about an outline is you don't have to follow it exactly. Yes, it would be nice if you could sit there and follow it to the letter and everything, but it doesn't have to happen. If you find out that one thing doesn't work for your character while you're writing, you can go ahead and diverge. I mean, I've changed one of my character's abilities because it just didn't seem to fit his personality. And it didn't seem to really... It didn't work with him and the situation they were in. It really, really did not. So I had to sit down and really I had to hash that back out. It doesn't have to be a end all, what you have to follow this outline. And that's what I've kind of come to realize. I mean, I can sit down and be like, okay, so this didn't work. What's going to happen now that will work? And that's kind of where pantsing comes back in. For me, at the very least. And that's part of what I like about it. So I don't know if I'm a pantser, a plotter, or a planter. I don't know what you would call me. I'm good. I like both ways. Because, I mean, some days I'll sit down and I'll go off script. I won't go off the outline. And then other days I'm like married to the outline. But, at the same time, I've also gotten the farthest I have ever gotten in a story. So I must be onto something that's working for me. All you gotta really do is find what works for you and then stick to it. So, that's really all I've got for you guys today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Always know that you guys are loved and many blessings to you and your loved ones. I'll see you guys later. Bye.